Hello, my name is Carly Edlin. I am your teacher. I just wanted to introduce myself. I've been in public school teaching for a little over 4 years, and I'm looking forward to working with you and your family over this year. Before we get started, I just wanted to kind of go over some instructional strategies and show you a lesson plan that I have created based on benchmark scores. Um, if I can share my screen with you. Share my screen with you. So what you were looking at is a weekly lesson plan. So the subject and the standard that we're going to be covering is critical reading. So on Monday, we talk about novel study and informational text. So I'm going to introduce you to nonfiction, stories, author's purpose, and a little bit of reading. We're going to read 2 books this week. So on Monday, I kind of broke it down by the time spent on each instructional piece of information. So I started out with an informational video. You'll find that on YouTube. You'll have a link to that. And that video just kind of goes over nonfiction text features. So you'll learn all about nonfiction stories, what parts of the story you need to look at, the title of the story, things like that. And another video, you'll see author's purpose. You'll learn all about an intro to author's purpose. And then you kind of get into some learning activities. So I have one Google slide activity that tells all about the text features. So the very first video that you watched, that is a little Google slide activity game that you can do just to kind of get your feet wet into that part of the instruction. And then another game that I have also in Google is about author's purpose. So that would have been the second video that you watched. So that's kind of how it's gonna go per lesson plan weekly. Like I'll give you some videos to watch that will introduce you to what we're learning for the week. And then I'll have a little bit of learning activities in different forms. So like this week we did Google Slides, fairly easy to navigate and understand. And then I'll hopefully we'll be zooming through all of this so I can kind of see where you are and what you're doing, answer any questions that you may have during the learning activities. And then after you get through those 2 activities, we'll stop. We'll have a teacher-student discussion over what you learned that day. And then I assigned a book. It's called I Survived the Joplin Tornado. It's a nonfiction book. And you can practice, obviously, reading skills, and picking out parts of text features and figure out what the author's purpose is to that story. If we go over to Tuesday, you're going to read book number 2. It's called Twisters. I would really like for us to read together. It's a little bit of a longer book. Majority of the reading will be from you, and then I'll read some. So once we get through both books, on Wednesday will be our one-on-one day, in-person day. So we're gonna kind of re-go over what we learned about nonfiction and author's purpose. If we have to go back to the instructional videos, or if I have to explain anything in more detail or in a different way, so I'm gaining your understanding, we'll do that. And then we're going to discuss both books. We're going to pull out some key information from the text. So we're going to basically compare and contrast each book. How are they similar and how are they different from each other? And then we'll create that's the compare and contrast both books. We'll create a Venn diagram doing that. So you get a little bit of writing in, working on writing skills. And then we'll have a little bit of fun, and you can create a 1-page picture comparing the 2 books. So kind of um, just trying to really make sure that you are understanding what we're learning for the week and then a little bit of fun at the end. So both books are digital. Um, we can read them together or you just read it on your free time. And Thursday will be a pre-assessment. So I have what we call a Kahoot. That is a website where they're just fun games. You can pick from a variety of games, but one game will be over the nonfiction pieces of critical reading. And then you'll take another pre-assessment on Kahoot. That's another game that's over author's purpose. So both of those key components in the standards for critical reading and multimodal literacies. And then Friday, we're going to assess what you've learned for the week, and we're going to do that over IXL. So going back to your benchmark scores, this is basically for parents. Benchmark scores were at or above average. So he's in second grade, and we are at a third grade and some fourth grade level. So anything that we're going to be doing lesson plan wise is going to be based on where he is and not necessarily the grade level that he's at. So right now he's at a third grade level, and we'll be challenging and pushing critical thinking to where he is. So at a third grade level, some are fourth grade level, we're really going to be my lesson plans will be based on meeting his needs of where he is and where he's testing at. So some days may be a little harder than others, and we'll spend a little bit more time where I feel he needs a little bit of extra time. But other than that, that is our weekly plan. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always available. And the same for you, the student. Anytime that you need extra help, whether we're on Zoom or we're not, you're working independently by yourself, please just don't ever hesitate to reach out. I'll always be available to lend a helping hand. Thank you. Nice to meet you.